welcome back to the Sunday Footy Show. It is now time for Inside the 10, but just quickly, we have had an update from Billy Slater. He's en route to Channel 9, so we'll be seeing him very shortly, and we'll be chatting all things State of Origin after this. But we do have Dave Riccio, Brent Reid and Andrew Webster. Thanks for joining us this morning. Now let's start off with some Origin discussion. The Blues, do you think Brad Fittler should be making mass changes come Game 2?
Well, if you read the reports out this morning, he is making mass changes. And up to 5 changes, I think we worked out before. Only one of them forced, which is Jack White not playing. So it looks like Freddie will make mass changes. And, you know, I think it's an admission they got it wrong in Origin 1. I mean, that's pretty clear. When you make 5 changes, Freddie's sitting over there, but when you make 5 changes, that's an acknowledgement you got it wrong to start with. So he's done what he has to do. He's made the changes to win Game 2. I like them. I think they're good changes. Should we go through them? We probably should, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Burton in the centres. Who else we got?
Crichton in the centres.
Crichton in the centres with Burton. Coruscant on the bench. Talakai on the bench. And there was one more, wasn't
Angus
there?
Crichton on the bench.
Angus Crichton back. So there's serious changes.
We'll be chatting to Freddie about them.
I think it's a stronger Blues team. I really do. I think Burton is huge. And you could make an argument that that's a like-for-like swap for Jack Whiten, because Jack Whiten's role in Origin 1 was to cover any injury in the halves. And that'll be the case for Burton. He has the ability to play in the halves, but he has that booming left foot kick. He's a Dally M Centre of the Year. We know the connection he has with the Panthers boys. I think Burton's a huge in. I like the look of the bench. I think Talakai gives them versatility.
Was Jakey back as well?
Yeah, Jake Trbojevic back as well. So I think Jake Trbojevic is all about Origin for me, his character. And I think it's a stronger Blues team. And to be fair, they're not that. There was nothing in it. Yeah, Origin 1, but this is a better looking team.
I don't think it's an admission of anything. I think it just shows you how flexible the New South Wales coach is.
Oh, please.
Well, also how many options there are to...
What?
5 changes?
So what? It
It
shows he's not too proud to make changes to the team. Isn't that a good thing?
Because it was the wrong team in Origin 1?
Well, no, it wasn't that wrong.
Well, it must be pretty wrong if there's 5 changes.
They went within a metre of drawing the game and sending it into golden point.
Oh, if it was that close, why do you make 5 changes?
Well, they just didn't particularly play that well.
OK. Fair enough then.
Now, Webby, I know you love this term. Gus uses it a lot. Were they too Pantherised?
I love the term Pantherised. I don't know, is it a selection sort of philosophy or is it a state of mind? I'm Pantherised.
It's smart, though,
I don't think it's that bad. The criticism is that New South Wales played like a club team. Like, I mean, this is the thing. What do you want to pick combinations from clubs that have worked? I mean, they haven't been going too bad, the Panthers, in the last 18 months. So I understand.
What other halves are you going to pick aside from the best halves in the comp? I don't see a problem there. Then you start to work out the team from the basis of the halves. Who's going to have the best connections? And they've been the most dominant team for the past 2 years. It's absolutely ludicrous to not think that you wouldn't go hard at the best players, and they are from Penrith.
Well, it's logical. Queensland were Bronco-ised back in the 80s and 90s, right? And Brisbane were dominating the comp. It makes sense. I mean, the team that's going as well as Penrith are, with that much talent, you've got to pick players from them. You don't have a choice there. That's the smart thing to do.
The Appy Coruscant selections, again, I think it's a real bonus. His combination with Nathan and what he's been able to do with the Panthers. And I wonder if Coruscant even starts ahead of Damien Cook, because then Cook can come on and bring in his speed out of dummy half and target those tired Queensland forwards.
It's a big call to leave Cook to do that to Cookie.
That's a 17-man team.
Yeah, I know.
Right? The Origin series is on the line. I'm sure Cookie's going to cop what comes for him, so long as they square the series.
Anyway, after we finish, I want to go out and get Pantherised.
Well, let's dive back into Clubland. Souths, we did see Lachlan Ilias get hooked by Jason Demetrio on Thursday night. Do you think that this was the right call?
Webby?
You go.
You want to weigh into this one?
No, look,
at the time I thought it was.
I'll correct you.
But I've got to say, in hindsight, I don't think it was. I don't think it was. Because it's put so much attention on him, so much pressure on the guy, and I think he's been really good for South this year, and there's some other players in that team who are misfiring at the moment, and by doing that, it just put all the attention on him. And in hindsight, look, I understand why Jason did it. And his explanation for it after the game, it made a bit of sense to me. But when I sat back in the cold light of day and reflected on it, I thought, you know, maybe wait till half-time. Maybe not pull him off 30 minutes into the first half. I just thought it was... put a lot of heat on the kid.
I thought it was really unfair on him. I think Jason's a great coach, but I reckon in time he'll probably think it's a mistake. There were other players that could have come off. It would have been a bigger decision to neck Cody Walker or some of his more experienced forwards. I just didn't think it sent the right message in terms of like sacrificing your rookie half. Yeah. Before half time, I'll be interested to see how that affects Lachlan's confidence.
Well, that's the question for me. Where does it go next? Does Lockie actually play reserve grade when the comp resumes post rep round? And that's going to be the interesting dynamic for Jason. Does he say to Lachlan, I wasn't happy with, I need you to go work on your game? Or does he bring him back into first grade, and then if Lachlan doesn't fire that time round, does he send him back to reserve grade, you know? So,
well, I think everyone in the club has said they're committed to him, right? Jason said that, said he's our halfback. Blake Solly's come out. They're trying to extend him to a new deal at the moment. So he'll be the halfback, I think. And maybe the breaks come...
He better be.
Maybe the breaks come at the right time.
They got rid of a fair one in place of him.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Lachlan Ilias is the decision they made. The decision they made was Cody Walker instead of Adam Reynolds. Personally, let's not go down...
that rabbit hole.
Yeah, that rabbit hole. I like what you did there. But, like, personally, I think, you know, it just shows that Adam Reynolds should still be at that club.
And I think the response from Lachlan Ilias, how he plays the next game that they play, I think that'll be a big determining factor as to what his career is going to be like, because this could now, you know, get the best out of him.
Well, Latrell will be back for that game too. So, well, we hope.
Yeah, but they need more than Latrell. Like, I mean, the people, the part of the team that didn't aim up with the forwards in that game. So I'll be surprised if the forwards don't play better next time Souths take the field.
All right, Alex McKinnon believes that Brent Naden deserved up to 10-week suspension for his spear tackle on Jake Trbojevic. It was an ugly-looking tackle. It was pretty hard to watch back on the replays. Do we agree with this?
There's probably no person better to have a view on this than Alex McKinnon for obvious reasons. And Alex is clearly has his view on how to rid that tackle from the game. And you know, he's got a point. If we want it out of the game, harsher suspensions have got to come. And we saw the one earlier in the year with Manly forward also. You know, I thought that was horrendous.
Carl Lawton.
Yeah, sorry, Carl Lawton, yeah.
I agree. If anyone deserves to say anything, it's Alex McKinnon. I don't understand what the NRL's doing. I don't understand how they can be so strong on foul play or dangerous tackles and it's not being met by the match review committee or the judiciary. It still scares me how often you see the tackle that was performed on Alex still happening in games now, where they pick up the one leg and drive down with no penalty, no charge, nothing. You know, I find that tackle's more dangerous than some of the innocuous crushes that they pull up and they suspend for. So I just think the NRL's, like, they're not on the same page between what they say publicly and what their match review committee does every week.
Yeah, I thought 4 weeks was a bit soft for him. I thought he should have got a few more than that. 10 might be a bit much, maybe around the 8 mark, but... You know,
it's not so much about the weeks, Reedy. It's about the game being serious enough to say we don't want this.
Well, that's reflected in the weeks, though, right? That's reflected in the length of the suspension. And I agree it wasn't long enough. It needed to be longer. So maybe we need another review, another judicial review.
What about a summit? How about a summit?
An investigation.
What happened to that summit? There's going to be a summit. What happened to the summit?
We need a Canavan report.
All right, also the Dolphins, they have missed out on another key marquee signing. Ryan Madison confirming that he'll be staying on with the Parramatta Eels. Are we concerned if we're the Dolphins on this one?
I don't think it's a bad miss, because I think they need to spend some money on their spine. And if they'd spent $600,000 a year on Ryan Madison, that would have affected their ability to spend money on their spine.
But it's a miss.
I actually think it's a good miss.
It's a miss.
Well, they're not going to get everyone.
Well,
that's exactly right. That's the thing, though. Look, they're
better start building a squad.
Going, oh, look, the Dolphins keep missing out all. They're trying to fill 30 spots.
That's right.
As opposed to other clubs that are... Yeah, but I mean, they're going to miss... They're not going to get everybody because they're out there trying to buy people. But their pack's pretty strong.
Is that what Sully's doing? He's doing this?
They're spotting recruits. But their pack's very strong. They've got that Katoa, the young halfback, who's they reckon is an absolute gun.
Yeah.
No pressure, but I mean, they'll be all right. I reckon they'll be fine.
I think they're struggling. I think it's concerning. I think it's concerning for the NRL. They've dropped the new
keep writing off the super coach. Keep writing him off.
I'm not writing the super coach. I think he'd be concerned about this roster build. It hasn't happened as quickly as what they would have liked. The ARL Commission have to be concerned that their brand new team is struggling to sign a 30-man squad.
There's no doubt they need some spine players. And that's why he's missing Madison, for me, is not a huge concern. The concern is that they haven't signed a fullback, a 5'8", and a hooker, from memory. I don't think they filled any of those positions.
What about the noise about Reece Walsh?
Well, the way they're going, you wouldn't be surprised, would you? But he came out publicly not long ago and said, I'm committed to the
someone
Warriors.
said something publicly, mustn't it?
Do you feel like time's ticking for them?
Yeah, I just think the game can't afford the Dolphins to run second last in their first year. Like it's important they're successful from the get-go to obtain members, sponsors. I think it's important, and I don't think it's tracking as well as what they would have liked.
Who have you got last? Second last, you've got them.
Ooh.
Tigers.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks,
Well, that is
Chamis.
all we have time for Inside the 10 this week.